Well, here's the real movie star for the channel these days. He's the one that's been doing all the work while I've been doing other things. It just gets that way where we go in cycles of they're my projects or they're his. And we decided we needed a firewood rack for the little cart. So he is just doing a basic frame that we can either clamp down or bolt down onto the deck with some uprights. And then we're not having tippy wood. He's already made one section of it here, and he's just using the 2-inch square tubing. We had all what we needed on hand, and then he had 2 pieces that had been cut, so he just welded them back together. So this is just going to be a basic rectangle with uprights to a top and a bottom section.
These are the sides, and then I'll take one like this. It'll just be a box all out of this tubing, and then we've got some angle iron. These will be the sides. We'll set them up here, and then these will go across. Just a basic box out of all 2-inch tubing. And then for the sides, we've got a whole bunch of angle iron we got out of some project, and I'll put some angle iron pieces, because as we go collect pole wood, you never know, it could be, you could put a 12-foot piece on here and bring it back and put it through the front and hang it out the back, or a 4-foot piece, a couple 4-foots. So I wanted to have some, it's just going to be kind of an open cage. So instead of a little load of wood like this with a chain, this will end up being 52 inches. So you'll be way up into here, because it's not heavy.
Right.
So we'll just bring it back that way as pole wood, stack it up.
And what he was telling me, and it makes complete sense, is you use your chainsaw for a little while and then the chainsaw gets loose. You're using fuel for the chainsaw, you're using oil for the chainsaw. We've got a buzzsaw here that is a 3-point mounted buzzsaw, and you can see videos on YouTube about that. One of our viewers has a video showing himself just doing it, and you can look that up. I'll put a link in the description down below. It's really a good idea because you're saving all that, and it's a lot more efficient, where if you're doing it off of a little Ford tractor or a little diesel tractor, diesel, I will tell you, you are paying for, in most cases, off-road fuel that is untaxed, instead of using gasoline in your chainsaw that you're being taxed on. So save a little money and do it that way. I gotta look away while he welds. I have a question about watching welding videos on playback. How does that not mess up your eyes?
I don't know, does it?
All right, I'm getting back to work.
So now...
You need a sweater, pretty?
I ended up last time hanging it over like this.
You need some hold it. Don't look, Jack. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah. Good looking in the eyes. You have the internet on and you have something in the corner of your right eye. Other one. probably a little dirt spot back up there. All right, so go eat. She's smoking.
Hmm?
She's smoking.
I got one of them.
Thanks. All right, lunchtime?
Yep.
All right. Well, it's looking like something now. Ooh, I smell a skunk in the wind.
That's just me. Sorry.
Smell-o-vision. So, what he's going to do is leave the back open, and he's going to use angle iron to make like cages here so that any smaller wood or long lengths won't roll out. We have to work around the tires, but he says he's going to just fasten it on the outside, top to bottom. That'll hold quite a bit. As long as the tires are hold.
Then we'll go down past these bottoms. These won't be here.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm making this the exact width as the deck. And we'll make those angle irons that are going to hold our pole wood. I'll put about 4 of them on the side, 3 or 4. And they'll come down, I guess 4. 2 behind the wheel, 2 in front. And we'll come down a little further and it'll hug that as a cradle.
Yeah.
And so then you can just throw it on. If you want to strap it down also, we can use the rings, but that'll be, then it's easy to use it for other jobs. You just throw the thing off.
Now, what about the open ends as far as hornet's nests and rainwater?
Well, I think if you plug them totally, they'll rust out,
Yeah.
but I can cap them off. I ended up using, when I usually do this stuff, I'll cut a piece out and then leave it and bend it over like this.
Mhm.
But I use exactly how we bought these at Elro. They were on clearance. This is back when it was like 79 cents a pound.
Yeah.
And this is what they were. They were 8 foot. So
We have an Elro outlet store, they call it, in Lansing, and it's super convenient. It's right next door to Harbor Freight, so you can pick up a cheapo welder and pick up a cheapo supply of steel, and it's cutoffs and leftovers that they have from their fabricating shop and factory scraps and things like that. Isn't Alro Metals right next door to the scrapyard?
if you want big orders, you go there.
I was thinking ahead about the Hornets because the tubing or pipe that the clothesline is made out of, I think they make a hornet's nest in there every single year, and it's round, open pipe, and I need to just have him put some caps on it or something, because hornets are no fun. Okay, I'm not looking. I picked up a second welding helmet because the kids are learning, and then we've got some welding and torching goggles also, and of course they're behind him over there, so I don't have them. Well, as usual, we're slow and steady, but we get things done. It's almost 6:30. We thought we'd be out in the woods being able to make a video using this today. That will have to be tomorrow. But look how it's come along.
That says
okay?
I'm gonna sit it right at you.
Don't hit me.
You pick up that end.
I'm filming. How can I pick up? Okay. Well, yes, it's on. Look at that. He used his framing square while he did it and got it nice and straight. Real good. So 4 angle irons on each side is the plan.
Yeah. Well, maybe 2, because we're putting big pieces.
But if you have any cut stuff, like the stuff that's already out there that's like 3 feet long.
Then it would cover it, see?
Yeah. Okay.
Like here, here, and then, because most of it are everything where you're going to use trees that are tipped over from the wind and died, and we'll cut them long. They're not very big around. They get pushed over in the muck. So that's what we're going to go after firewood first.
We have a lot of wet and a lot of rock in our woods, and we've got trees out there as big around as our legs all over the place that are dead, and the wind comes through and they just fall down. They fall in a lane. We cut them up and put them aside. So a lot has been used for doing maple syrup, and a lot will be used. We're in a super cold snap right now where it's in the 30s at night and 40 and 50 during the day, so we need some more firewood up here. We'll go get some of that stuff that's already dried and seasoned. It looks real good. We'll wait to paint it. We want to try it out this weekend, and like I said, we thought we were going to be out there trying it out now, so he'll finish up his angle iron stuff and we'll do a test of it tomorrow. Well, everybody, we're out doing a little bit of farm work today, and we're out for a ride on our new little trailer cart with our wood cage. We're a bunch of wild animals. And looky here, Trey was out here the other day doing all his field disking. He did a good job. Very nice. It's a lot smoother than it was. We still got a little more work to do, but this is a good start to letting the sun warm up the soil to plant some seeds. This is one of the nicest places to be on a day like today. It was almost 50 degrees when we went outside this morning at maybe 8:30. Oh, here's some wood to collect. All right, we're out here to collect some firewood, so we're gonna get busy. See how nicely this is already working out? That one might be good. Yeah. Come here. No, that's not good. That's rotted. Come here. Here. That's too small. Don't worry about that. You guys can always put it in through the side, push it forward, and then pull it back. Hold on, Bethany. You don't have to run after him, okay? Look at this big girl helping gather firewood. Good job. See, there's one there. There's some here. Slow down, George. Yeah. Load it right up there, Bethany. This side. Good job. Put it right there. Then you can slide it in. So when we have downed trees like this, they're just standing there drying out, waiting to be used. Now, one good windstorm, the little branch that it's sitting on would break and it would just fall off of the pine tree that it's resting on. No, we don't need that. It's too small. So we're just gathering all this rather than be out here doing the cleanup and having to use up all of our chainsaw fuel. Like I mentioned, he just made the cart long enough to gather up this stuff. And we just leave everything that falls on the lane right here next to it. See? Just, hey, you could have hit her. You got to be careful. Maybe that's no good.
It's all right, because I hit the tree with it.
so light that it's rotted out. It'll work. So some stuff has been out here for a while, and storm damage that happens further in, it's a lot harder to do logging, and some of this has been here long before we were ever here. It is good to leave some of this around on the forest floor for all the different ecosystems. You can see bugs have been in here eating this, but that's still really heavy. Now to roll this over, there's probably millions of bugs underneath there, and it's far enough off the lane. It's up to him whether he wants to get it, but you see we've got trimming and cleanup to do around here. This is one of my maple trees. We just pulled all the taps out of this area. We just passed April 15th. That's usually our pull date for around the woods, and it's usually a little bit earlier in other parts of the yard. So we've been waiting, trying to kind of gather up some of the overgrowth that has been knocked down and stuff around here, but you can see there's a lot of small stuff on the ground. One day I'd like to get a 3-point wood chipper. He doesn't really think it's worth the expense and just let everything lay on the forest floor and decay on its own. And that does make a lot of sense, but it does make it hard for gathering maple sap with the snow because you don't know what's underneath.
I found a beaver mob. I found some wood that beavers were chewing out. Come see.
Do you think it was a beaver or maybe a deer? That's fine, George. I'm coming. I have to go the way I can fit. Some trees are just little. Some are getting a little bigger. This is a maple tree that our family will tap in their lifetime. Yep, little maple trees and other things growing everywhere. See this cedar tree here? It's already dead. That can get cut, but it can't get burnt without having creosote build up. So that can just get used for campfire wood, like in the backyard. Now this section right here is really hard to gather the buckets because I've got a maple tree here. I've got one here. I think the little one over there might be dead. I've got this big one here. I've got a few right in here along the edge. But this is such a mixed species of the woods that there's just all kinds of firewood here for us to use for different things. I am coming, Bethany. Look at that guy move. He never moves that fast. Apparently it's heavy. Hey guy, we're going down that lane. You don't have to carry it so far. All right. eventually this starts adding up. Now I'll tell you, something that we did and we always do is run tubes in your tires, and these are implement tires anyway, but it will get you years of extra use out of your tires. And if you've never seen Grapes of Wrath, I suggest watching it. They pull into a gas station, they're going from wherever out in the dried up, windstorm, unplanted areas of like Utah, and they're going to California. Maybe they were in Kansas. And all they can afford is 1 gallon of gas, and they have patched up, rickety old tires. It's like the true meaning of being poor and getting by with what you have. So we pulled this cart out of the brush at the very earliest parts of spring, end of winter. Something to know about this hitch that I didn't point out before is this has a road trailer hitch. Now, if it has a pin hitch or an agricultural hitch, you are exempt from like the laws and regulations that are put upon drivers and motor vehicles on the road through the act of husbandry. These different things were established so that farmers could do things and not be included in the issues that happen on the road. So look at all that. It's very interesting information. You know, it's always good to know everything you can, especially with the way things have been going with, you know, different law enforcement things and stuff. We try not to leave our property more than we have to, and being out in here in our woods, it's just no better place to be. Did you see that last picture? That is why you buy land. Beautiful streams coming down off of the fields, down into the woods, and you can come out here and enjoy yourself all day long. So that's it for today, everybody. Thanks for watching our cart build and our wood crate build. We've got a little more work to do. You can see I'm sitting here on a whole pile that I caught with my new chainsaw 2 years ago. It's time to get this stuff up off the ground. The bottom layer's a little moist. Bethany's been worm hunting with her brother. They're having a great time. No better way to spend your day. Hard work and honest, clean fun. We'll see you all next time. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up.
Bye.